I want to be honest with you. This is not another video with 5 quick tips that you'll forget by tomorrow. This is not 10 minutes of shallow motivation. This is something real because what we are discussing today is the fundamental difference between a life of peace and a life of pain. We live in a world screaming for your reaction. People provoke you to control you, ignore you to break you, and spread lies just to watch you fall. And most people react. They react instantly, emotionally, and loudly. In doing so, they lose their peace, their control, and their power. The sad truth is, most people are destroying their lives, moment by moment, with their own reactions. Think about it. That one argument that shattered a friendship, that one angry text that ended a relationship, that single moment of rage that changed everything. So today, I ask you to slow down, breathe, and listen. Because if you understand what I am about to share, you will not just survive the world's noise. You will become untouchable, calm, strong, focused, and profoundly peaceful. Not because the world becomes easy, but because you will no longer let it control the sacred space of your mind. This is for souls tired of being broken by their own emotions. This is for those ready to finally take their power back. I promise, if you stay with me, you will understand a strength most people never learn. As we journey through this lesson, we will also build your English. This is not just about speaking better. It is about thinking better. Let's begin. Before we find freedom, we must understand our prison. For most of us, it is an invisible prison, made of our own reactions. When someone can push a button and make you angry, you are not free. When their words or silence can ruin your day, you are no longer the ruler of your life. You are a puppet, and the strings are your untamed emotions. People mistake reacting quickly for being strong, but reacting fast doesn't mean you're powerful. It means you are predictable and easy to manipulate. Every time you react without thinking, you give away something precious: your peace, your energy, and your power. How many beautiful moments were destroyed because you reacted too quickly? How many times did you scream at someone you loved, only to be filled with regret? This is emotional slavery. You may not wear physical chains, but your emotions are shackled to the world around you. Let me tell you a story. A young, hard-working man had poured his soul into his job for years, building a reputation for excellence. But one day, during a critical meeting, his manager unfairly criticized him in front of everyone. In that moment, something inside him snapped. He exploded, shouting, arguing, defending himself with anger. The room fell silent. The manager, having gotten a reaction, calmly walked away. In that single moment, the man's image was shattered. He was no longer the hardworking professional. He was now the emotional guy. His one reaction destroyed the reputation he'd spent years building. He didn't win. He lost his peace and his power. Let's look at another story. two sisters were inseparable, but one day, at a family gathering, the younger sister made a sarcastic joke that touched an old wound in the older sister's heart. In that instant, a storm of buried pain erupted. The older sister shouted cruel, hurtful words in front of everyone. The family stood in shocked silence. The younger sister left in tears. That cold distance never truly healed. Years later, the older woman would cry, not because of the joke, but because of her own devastating reaction. A single moment, a lifetime of regret. Most of our deepest regrets are not born from the actions of others, but from our own reactions to them. How do we break free? We must build an arsenal of inner tools that make us not just strong, but unshakable. First, the sacred pause, the 5-second rule that changes everything. Here is what powerful people do. They pause. The next time someone disrespects, lies, or yells at you, do not speak. Do not move. Do not type. Just breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Count to 5. In those 5 seconds, you reclaim what no one else should ever control: your power. When you pause, the initial wave of emotion begins to fade. The storm calms. Your logical brain starts to think instead of burn. You can still choose to respond later, but now your words will be guided by wisdom, not weakness. This single habit will transform your life. When you don't react, you're not weak. You are demonstrating supreme power. You are untouchable. You are free. Second, the wisdom of strategic silence. Our world worships noise, but the strongest people are not the loudest. They are the quiet ones with a calm confidence that needs no validation. Silence is a superpower. People mistake it for weakness, but the truth is the opposite. It takes more strength to remain calm than to shout. It takes more wisdom to walk away from a pointless argument than to engage. When you choose silence, people don't know what you are thinking. They can't predict your next move. That mystery is power. A man was once publicly humiliated on social media by a former friend. The world waited for him to fight back, but he said nothing. People called him a coward, but he remained silent. Months later, the liar was exposed by someone else. The man's silence was then seen for what it was: unbreakable dignity. While others were screaming in the mud, he was winning quietly. You don't need to respond to every insult or explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Third, the fortress of your energy. One of the greatest mistakes is to fight every battle you are invited to. It sounds brave, but it's a form of self-destruction. You have a limited amount of precious energy each day. Think of it like gold. Every time you give it to a person or situation that doesn't deserve it, you have less for what truly matters. You give your energy to gossip and lose energy for your goals. You give it to online arguments and lose energy for real relationships. Protect your energy as your most valuable treasure. Create a mental list. What truly deserves my energy today? If a situation isn't on that list, walk away. You are not here to win small arguments. You are here to win at life. Peace is found in knowing which battles are not worth fighting at all. Now we come to the final, deepest layer. The one who stays calm wins. Not just the argument, but life. The world respects people who maintain their composure when everything is falling apart. Because when you stay calm, you keep your power and see clearly. Most people live like emotional storms. They react and wonder why their life is a mess. The person who stays calm becomes the eye of the storm, the quiet center that chaos cannot touch. But how? The deepest reason we react is our ego. That inner voice screaming for validation. I need to prove I was right. I can't let them win. It is the ego that burns with this need, and when the world doesn't provide it, the ego panics and you react. You do not heal by proving others wrong. You heal by proving to yourself that their actions will no longer control your future. Your ego wants revenge. Your soul wants freedom. Every time you choose ego, you lose peace. There is a final story. A man was on a crowded train. Another man, drunk and angry, entered, shouting and pushing people. Everyone became tense. Some shouted back, some moved away in fear. But one old man in the corner remained completely still and calm. The angry man stomped over to him, ready for a fight. The old man looked him in the eyes and said with a gentle voice, "Friend, whatever happened to you today, I am sorry it brought you so much pain." The angry man froze. His clenched fists relaxed. The fire in his eyes softened. He sat down and began to cry. The entire train fell silent. One calm man had changed the energy of the room. He didn't fight. He understood something profound. The man's anger was not about him. That is the ultimate wisdom of not reacting. To know that not every storm outside needs to become a storm inside. Now you know the truth. You don't need to react to everything. You don't need to fight every battle. You are more than your reactions, more than your anger. You are calm. You are deep. You are steady. And now you are free from this moment forward. May you never lose your peace again. Not for anything and not for anyone. May your silence become your strength. May your calmness become your confidence. May your wisdom become your way of life. And whenever the world tries to pull you back into its chaos, I want you to pause, breathe, and remember who you truly are. You do not belong in the noise. You were born for something greater. Peace, purpose, and quiet power. Stay still, stay true, and keep rising silently. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can ever say is nothing at all. Thank you for journeying with me. Take care of your mind and protect your soul. And never forget, you are not weak for staying calm. You are powerful beyond words.